To the cloud.
Hello.
Hey, I need more information.
What do you mean?
You look like my cousin from Forest Park, Georgia. What is the bangs have clearly had a curling iron took into them, and you got a bump. You got a
Yeah.
you are a throwback in time. Oh my, okay. What? What?
I still don't know what you're talking about. This is how I look all the time.
It's not what you look like all the time. What are you doing, Melissa?
90s country. My friend's birthday is 28th, was the 28th. And she gets sort of the poop into things, around the holidays. So this year we decided to do something that she would really enjoy. I was like, why don't we do 90s country? Maybe we'll do some line dancing, although
There
that's
will
not really my thing.
there will be line dancing. I can see it.
So I had this outfit already. Because I bought it last year. I've got some ropers and some very snug Wranglers because there's no such thing as a non-snug Wrangler.
I don't think they make them in like relaxed fit. That's not a
Not
thing.
really. Nope. And a belt with stars.
I'm like, you are such a flashback right now.
They're pretty.
Yes, nailed it. Like perfect hair.
Mhm.
Okay. All
This
right.
was my thing. I mean, I nailed it because I spent a long time doing
Fair,
this.
fair.
You think the little part right there is good? I feel like that's a,
That feels very intentional and yeah,
oh
like
yeah, lots and lots and lots of
yeah,
time.
because you got to have the bangs
And hairspray.
styled, of course.
Mhm.
Do you still have Aquanet? What do you use?
I think I have Trace May right
Oh
down
my
here.
God. Yes, Tres Ame. I still have a can of old school Aquanet. Like it's still
Ooh,
kicking around up there. Yeah. Up
that
there,
stuff
meaning
is
like
bad.
it's so bad.
Oh, did you do dance recitals and all and have the gel?
So yes, except it was usually mousse instead of the
Oh,
gel.
okay.
It was like use the mousse and then
Dippity do.
yes.
Remember Dippity do?
And then just shellac. And it was Aussie Mega. Do you remember that? Do
Yep.
you remember
Yep.
the smell of Aussie Mega?
I loved it
I did too.
so much.
I
Well,
liked
it was one of the first non-stink hairsprays.
it. It actually smelled good.
I
I
liked
mean,
it.
as chemicals that are kill us couldn't do.
100%.
So my friend Emerson calls this time between Christmas and the New Year taint week because it taint Christmas and it taint New Year's.
That's amazing. I've seen some descriptions online that are a little more delicate and charming than that, but having grown up in Southeast Texas, taint weak.
It's where he's from, Texas.
Oh,
I don't know what part, but he's from Texas.
there you go.
He went to Baylor, so I know that.
Oh my God, so did I.
I'll when we're not on this, I'll share his deets and we'll see if y'all.
Interesting. He
I,
knows.
I honey, seriously, you look like one of my cousins. It's I'm shook. Still though, she still does that.
I was like, one of your cousins from today or back in the day.
She still does
She's rocking it then. Maybe it just really worked for her and she didn't let it go.
and that's it. That's the this was my look when I turned 20, which for her would be the 90s, and like
Oh,
set it and forget it.
yeah. If it works, it'll come back around.
True. Oh, you're gonna
Just
have so
keep.
much fun. You're gonna have so
I
much
think
fun.
so. I think so.
So I did my numerology live stream today.
I know I was sad to miss that.
That's right. Here's what I built. So we're in a collective 1 year.
Yeah, yeah. In starting in 2026.
That's the year right there. Yep.
Oh, I see that now.
And then your birth number
Hmm.
and your personal year, the three of those go together and
Hmm.
make a total of the energy for the year for
Okay.
you.
So 1, 2.
So you're born a two, collective 1 year, and what year are you in numerologically? Just your birth, your month and day, just your month and day, and then add to a one because 2026 is a one.
12. Okay.
And now I'm like, math.
Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 4?
Year of work. Roll up the sleeves. It's a very, I'm like, what kind of bracelets are we doing? It's a very like roll up the sleeves, like get in there. It's an earth sign kind of year, a 4 year.
Okay.
Or it's like
So
a
I've
lot.
got 1, 2, and 4.
So the 1 year, universally, we are all
Mm-hmm.
planting seeds, starting a new 9 year cycle, closing off the 9 year cycle that started in 2017, because this
Oh,
is when
yeah.
I did all the, mm-hmm, yep.
Scene.
We are done with the 2017 nonsense. I'm trying not to get the light too bright on it. There we go. And then
Yep.
if we want to go back before that, 2008, before that, 99, before that, 90, before that, 81, 72, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So the cycles energetically repeat. So what is it going to be like being in a collective 1 year? So seeds are being planted while you're in a year of hard work, roll up the sleeves, actually make things real. This is like we're going to physically have the results of the work. And so this goes back to when was your last 1 year personally? And that would have been 2023. 2023 for you would have been planting seeds, 2024, nurturing them, 2025, manifestation, and able to start seeing some of the results of the seeds planted and
Yeah.
nurtured. And then 2026 for you, do the hard work of now sending that kid off to college, theoretically, and I mean, or metaphorically, but also for real.
But seriously.
Also for real. Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Well, 2023 was when I got really involved in your things.
Yeah.
2022 is when I connected, but then I'm pretty sure we figured that out.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
As far as like seeds being planted for you going, oh, this is a thing. Like,
yeah.
mm-hmm, that's
Not only is this a thing, because I'd been interested before.
a thing that you can do.
Yes, that's right. Like this isn't just of interest. This is like a shift in how I live my life.
Yep.
Excuse me.
What happened?
Phone dinged.
Didn't even hear it. The Zoom
Yeah.
canceling mic is that good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I mean, it completely makes sense, the 1 year collectively.
Definitely. And so I watched before my live stream, the Astro Twins were conducting a live webinar. And I was like, perfect. I joined them at 10. I do my thing at 11:15. I was like, this is great. And theirs was called a something closure, like a conscientious closure, like some kind of like the idea being, let's give proper compassionate, maybe was the word, closure to 2025 and really be done with it. And what is the 2026 energy that we want to be here for? And as they were talking specifically about all the planets settling into fire and air and those shifts that we're going to experience, especially the first quarter, first half of the year. And then when Jupiter gets to Leo halfway through the year, all of that just being, how can we take more ownership of this energy for where we want to go? Like Neptune, biggest dreams, and Saturn structure, both moving into Aries. Where can we go? Okay, it's going to have to be me. I am the leader that I'm looking for. I am the answer. We're all going
Nobody's coming to rescue
to
us.
that.
Nobody's coming to rescue us. So we get to create, we get to be creative
Yep.
with some boundaries in a very energetic, let's go for it way, but with structure.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And
Hmm.
being in a collective 1 year, that's
Yeah.
what seeds do we want to plant with the faith, the trust, because there's got to be trust. You don't know what they're going to look like when they grow up. You just plant those seeds and go, I believe they are what the seed packet I bought.
Right. It's Eddie Murphy and the Golden Child. You know, when he's like,
I
I
want
got
the
the knife.
knife.
I got the knife. Yeah. So when he's stepping and he's like, just has to step out and the ground shows up. Some about a glass of water. I remember all that.
Movie so underrated.
Mhm. So a couple things. First off, I think it's really interesting moving into a 1 year when there's so much happening at the world point, 0 degree Aries, when things are moving into, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. This is a do-over, or not a do-over, a
It's a
starting point.
launch. It's for real a launch. And it
Mhm.
is happening in what, January 20th? Is that,
I
or
think
is it
so.
February? February. Maybe it's February.
Honestly, at this point, I've had to go back multiple times because
Me too.
just looking at the outers and Saturn, well, and Jupiter, because there's so many different key dates. Well,
Hmm.
actually, those and the eclipses.
So much. So much.
Ah,
All right. Saturn, Neptune, conjunct February 20th. I was off by a month. No big deal.
okay, that's fine.
Okay. But so here's the even bigger deal. This is happening with, so here's what I went to right here: Neptune, Saturn, exact 0 degrees, 45 minutes, Aries. That
Mhm,
is the
mhm,
world point. February 20th, 2026, 8:54 a.m. Pacific.
mhm.
So other time zones. And this is right smack dab in the middle of eclipse season.
And look at Pisces. Look at all of that, like what's coming behind and then what's already moved into. Those are some stacked houses.
Yep.
One, two, I mean, three planets plus the north node, and then one, two, three. I mean, the ascendant. Whoa.
Well, that's for here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Chiron. So, yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. And if we go to the eclipses, we have one just 3 days before that happening over here in, oh, let's go ahead and get a preview of our Aquarius Leo axis for eclipses, because this
God.
lunation, this new moon eclipse, is happening, yes, while the nodes are still in Pisces Virgo, but while the sun and moon are in Aquarius. So we're getting a preview of what the new axis starting in July of 2026 will be all the way through to the end of 2027.
Think I've mentioned this before, but I'm noticing once again that that is in exact degree opposition to my sun.
Correct.
So there's that.
Yep. No,
Meh.
it's a biggie. This is going to be felt for our mutable and fixed folks, especially mutable because the nodes are still in mutable
Mhm.
signs, fixed because the eclipse itself is in fixed, being Aquarius. Um, Cardinals get to escape a little of the intensity of this particular lunation, but that's okay because we get the world point 3 days later in cardinal signs. So
Indeed. Indeed.
nobody escapes. Do you see? Look at this little situation that we've got going for those that week of February 17th. Like I
Yeah.
would say, even from Valentine's Day on, like just it's going to be bah, 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 here it all
Mhm.
comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
Well, I think it's interesting also that it's lined up that way, indicating that you don't escape. You either have something in the house or something squaring, even if it's not exactly the house, or opposing, and in a 1 year, and it's like, okay, nobody gets away.
Yeah,
We're doing this together,
yeah.
individually and together.
That's right. Because usually in our woo weather, there will be a modality that's not going to get hit by it. And, like you can just say, okay, Cardinals, you're going to get a break this year because you had that whole Pluto and Capricorn situation for 15 years and you survived. So now you're going to get
Mm.
a little bit of a breather. Oh, wait, now the nodes are in Aries, Libra, JK. You're going to have the intensity again. Okay, now they're in Pisces, Virgo. You can relax, Cardinals. It's like, no, there's not even that little breather with this. It's like everybody's going to get some of this action happening in that first couple of months of 2026. And the
Mm.
next eclipse is the even bigger one. This is the one that is happening on the 3rd of March. And with this one, we brought Mars to the party because everybody loves a Mars party.
Sure. Mars applying 2 degrees to my north node and yours.
Yeah. Yeah, three for me. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
honey.
Whatever. We're good. We're fine. We're fine.
We're fine. We're totally
We
fine.
are.
Totally
We're
fine.
fine. Because what are the
Totally fine.
options? We're fine. We're gonna fine isn't really the best, as we know. I
But we've had 2025 has been the year of, and I like that the Astro Twins put it this way, the pendulum swing,
yeah.
because we got all of these like, I want to show you what it's going to be like when the outers get over here. Okay, now we're going to go back and finish some business. And we, of course, remember this from quarantine times with Pluto going from Capricorn into Aquarius, back to Capricorn, back to Aquarius, back to Capricorn, and then finally Aquarius, and there Pluto lives for 20 years. So
Hmm.
that story is now over in terms of pendulum. But
Right.
now we got it with Saturn and Neptune and Uranus, all like like all right with there together. And so in 2026, the benefit we get is there's no more of this like, are we over here or are we over there? There's no more question about where the energy is.
Right.
It's going to get there, and that's where it is. We're done with the retrograding out thing
Finished.
for
So,
a few years. Like, Saturn will do it
yeah.
in 3 years, but 2.5, but not in 2026. Damn it!
I can't take myself
I know. I
seriously.
it's
We're
so
talking about this serious business, and I'm like, I've got small hair.
it's adorable.
Small hair.
You're totally gonna line dance.
I don't know about
You're
that. Of
you're
course, I'm
gonna
gonna
boot scootin' booty.
boogie.
See, I just lost any. I'm from Atlanta, not Georgia. There's a difference. Like I don't
Sorry, I
actually.
shouldn't have corrected you, but I had to. I'm like,
No,
boogie.
you had to, and I mean, of course, I can't.
It's
I don't.
Brooks and Dunn.
If I would never have guessed that's who it was. If you had told me that you would pay me $1 million if I could guess what band sang that, I would be like Miley Cyrus's dad. Mullet Cyrus. What the hell's his name?
Mulletalicious.
What's his
Billy
name?
Ray.
Billy Ray. I knew it was two names. Billy Ray. Mullet
So,
Ray.
a couple things,
Yes.
even though we're not doing a blah, 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 blah that has questions, because
No,
this
no.
isn't really a question. I was nerd looking the other day at the different transactions aspects between the outers. And this comes as no surprise to you because you know these things. But I'm like, wait a doggone minute. Neptune's getting the arrow, the focus of it. Is it called a something? Okay, so there are two sextiles. They're both sextiling
Mm-hmm.
to Neptune, and there's a trine. So it's like, you can show this.
Yep.
So Uranus and Pluto have a trine. So there's going to be more of like a cross-talking, a free flow of energy there. And they're both going to be talking to for real in a sextile each to Neptune. And
How's
it
that? I
wasn't
took
it
a
called a mild something or not Grand Cross, a something I can't remember.
I could take.
Sextile, grand sextile. I can't remember.
Oh, you're talking about aspect patterns and stuff?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I could take Chiron out of there too. All right. So
So what I thought was,
well, just look at these. Just look at these.
it's a lot.
Yeah, like this energy here, Pluto sextile to both Neptune and Saturn, different S name.
Yeah,
And I actually need to say this in this direction: Saturn sextile Pluto,
right.
Neptune sextile Pluto, because you say the faster planet first, and
Mhm.
then Uranus sextile Neptune, but Saturn sextile Uranus, because again, you say the faster planet first, and Saturn's
Right.
faster than da da da. And then technically Uranus,
Mhm.
once let's get Uranus.
I was gonna say bump it into Gemini and
Yep.
see what that looks like because that's really what I was focusing
Yeah,
on.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, there we go. All right, now
And
we're
I'm
talking.
like, oh,
Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, that's the one. That's the one you're talking about. Okay, so yes, sorry about that.
yes.
So what this
Okay.
does is, yes, this gives us sextiles between Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto and Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, but it gives Uranus and Pluto a trine. And that trine is free flowing energy, which means we're going to have a little peanut butter in our chocolate and a little chocolate in our peanut butter, which means coming and going, even though these sextiles are considered gifts that are a little harder to appreciate than the free flowing energy of the trine. That's more of a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
You got to work for those a little bit more,
A
right?
little bit more. It's just yeah, because the angle's a little tighter, so you kind of
Mm-hmm.
have to reach for it. But with all three of these angles going whoosh, 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 making our equilateral isosceles triangle here, we have a situation where it is all getting up in that business, and everything Uranus is going to feel a little Pluto, everything Pluto is going to feel a little bit Uranus, and
Right.
all of the Neptune Saturn is going to be informed by both of those
Right.
points on the outer side. Yep.
So what I start, yes.
So the thing to pay attention to is if you in your natal chart have anything in early degrees, especially Aquarius, Aries, Gemini, but in general, if you have anything early degrees, you want to pay attention to what's going on with all of this shakeup. Because anywhere in the chart wheel, having something of low degrees is going to give you some kind of angle
Right.
to something, because there's too much going on with those three houses being lit up, those three signs being lit up. I can't exclude fixed air. I can't
Right.
exclude well, I can't anyway, because that one would be a conjunction, but I can't exclude a sign because it would be inconjunct, because it's only inconjunct in one direction. In another direction, it's going to be an angle that's much more friendly or not.
And even if it is not like in those three signs or really putting pressure on like early degrees in anyone's sign, this is generational, so it
Right.
affects all of us.
Right. So let's
Impact.
let's do it
May
with
I ask a quick question, really?
yeah, and then I'm going to put you in the middle of it. Yes. What's the quick question?
So of the three generational planets, which do you find, or at least historically, a little more complicated or challenging to like wrap your head around or fully understand? You personally. Go back to the days before you knew all you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I personally, it has been my so the one I now understand that I didn't before, Uranus. And I think my understanding really clicked at my Uranus opposition, which is a midlife transit we all get around 40, 41, 42, 43, somewhere in there.
Hmm.
And that made a big difference for me. But the one that continues to snag me generationally and personally is my only retrograde planet, Neptune, at 28 degrees Scorpio.
Okay.
I
There
find
you go.
that one to be challenging because retrograde, yes, but also because Neptune is not meant to be understood.
Right.
So even when I think I've got it, it seems to get slippery on me.
I feel the same way. Exactly the same way. And I wonder if, and maybe we can find out, if people who are somewhat aware of astrology, if they're like, yeah, I just can't quite wrap my head around Neptune. The reason I'm asking is because with it being so important, not that the others are not, but with
Right.
that, even the pressure on, I mean, it's kind of pointing to it. I wonder if it would be helpful at all to do a webinar, anything where we focus on, or someone focuses on Neptune. Like
Yeah.
we have three generational planets that are playing a big role, and they're not necessarily supposed to be easy to figure out because they're not necessarily personal. So, what might it look like to do a let's really talk about Neptune?
Right.
Let's spend a little time really talking about, I don't know, Uranus. Let's spend a little time talking about Pluto. And then when you get them all together,
Right.
what does that really look like?
What does that look like?
Just an idea.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. And y'all watching this, share in the comments if that would be helpful for you. And yes, and it with any suggestions or ideas.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm looking at
Oh, that's me.
yeah, I put you in the middle of this and I'm like, where does all this energy stack up on you? And so we're looking at where do we have early degree stuff in your natal chart? and you've got natal Uranus and Jupiter
Mm-hmm.
and the nodes,
Mm-hmm.
and then your midheaven. That's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
And Uranus, we would say, since it's more generational, that may not feel as disruptive in your life, but because you will be getting a trine from Uranus in Gemini to your Uranus in Libra, I think it is going to be some shaky uppy things in your fourth house, not surprisingly. Right.
I'm like, I don't
Um,
really know what else I could shake up. I'm
right.
trying to, I don't want to invite it.
No, no, don't. Let's not even come up with what would be an
Just
example
kidding,
of
just kidding,
ways
just
it could.
kidding, just kidding,
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just
JK, Uranus, you are respected and feared. Good job.
100% so.
um, but like this Neptune relationship with your Jupiter, that one is a 150-degree angle. So that is one of those inconjunct, aka quincunx,
Mm-hmm.
150-degree angle. When you look at it on the staircase table on astro.com, it actually looks like a picnic table,
Right, right.
like a rest stop sign on the freeway. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, those are interesting when it comes to health stuff. And Neptune is always, to me, a factor when it comes to health stuff. The 150-degree angle is critical in medical astrology.
Huh.
And so it's like, well, okay, what might be turned up? And in your fifth house, that's fun, recklessness, taking the stage. What could be disruptive? Are you disrupting the health space? Neptune transiting your midheaven, it's not going to be clear right away, but it's going to be spiritual, and it's
Yeah.
going to be impactful to the collective, probably mental health, I would imagine.
Look
Wouldn't
at
you?
that. Crazy. Yes, I'm just looking at Aries right there. I'm look I'm looking at the sign of Aries with all of that going on. That's a
So
lot.
what are you planning to do for that month of April to welcome all of that fire to the top of your chart?
Well, I don't know because I've been very focused on the eclipses and the nodes and everything. I don't know. I mean, it's a clown car, so I'm gonna have to get interested in the clown car. I mean, I think that I mean if we're talking specifically about like health related issues, is it health related issues in relation to Aries ruled things for me?
Well, that's kind of where I went, why I went to mental health also, was I was like, it's your work, midheaven, 10th house, Aries head, the kind of work you do,
Mm-hmm.
the bringing Neptune to your Jupiter in a quincunx
Oh, yeah.
relationship.
So if we're talking about it in relation to 10th house midheaven and not like my personal health.
That's where I would go with this, but I would
Okay.
also take a look at your Scorpio parts and make sure that you're feeling not inflamed, or uh,
Yeah.
Jupiter does inflammation and swelling and things like that, and so we would just want to make sure that all the parts are okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, I mean, what I it's in part just what I've really been working on um in my 10th house matters over quite some time, even looking at my Chiron there, although it's moved over a little, just the creativity that I've really approached my work with, my visibility, um, adding some structure to that and some real the ballsy, I'm going for it, you
yeah,
know?
well, and
Um,
Daddy Saturn visits our 10th house and each house once every 27-30 years. So I believe we decided it was 99 the last time Saturn
oh
was in your
yeah.
10th house.
Mhm. And that's when I came out to my family. Good times.
90, okay, so it was 96 was when it first got there, and it stayed until 90, yeah, February of 99. February 28th of 99 was when it was done.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
So that
So yeah,
kind
there were definitely some some very public stirrups, um, opposing my fourth house.
For sure. For sure. But so what Saturn allows us to do when he visits the 10th house is bring structure,
Right.
order, systems, rules
Hmm.
to our career, our ambition, our motivation for being in the public eye, because all
Hmm.
of that is 10th house. And then 11th house once it shifts there. So it's like you can't get away from it. You have 6 total years almost of Daddy Saturn hanging out in your most public facing houses. And if we also want to count the academia version of
Right.
your ninth house, we get a full Saturn square of 7.5 years or so,
Right.
where we're getting structure and order and rules and systems around all that, which means we can usually grow in some pretty amazing ways when Saturn's up at the top of our chart. We can feel
No, for
restricted.
sure.
We can feel restricted too if we've been all over the place. But it's like I'm building you a ladder, and if you think about what a ladder does instead of just popping off firecrackers, you go, oh yeah, I actually can get a lot higher this way.
And as Saturn has moved through my ninth house of Pisces, which is very woodoo,
Yep.
and is has been in communication with the house
Yep.
and sign where my nodes are, as well as yours.
Yep.
Not the house, but it's given me more structure. I've been creative and I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do this, but I felt really held back with some of it. It's been this slow going of like, I really want to go, I want to move, I want to travel, I want to, but it's eventually what I found is more structure
Mm-hmm.
to be able to figure out like, how am I going to practically do this?
Right.
This can't just be all of my feelings and in my head. Like I have to do some things.
That's
So
right.
what I'm hoping is, as it moves into my 10th house, all of them, all of the things move into my 10th house, that then I'll be maybe supported in some of that Chiron business where I like don't want to be seen.
Yeah, I think
I don't
so
want to be
too.
seen. I want to, which is very much like you saying to me at some point, well, good luck because your chart shows that you're gonna, there are all of these different points that say, not I'm gonna be on stage or anything, but you have some things to say.
Yeah, and that's where I get into, remember that there are many ways to be in public with your business
Right.
without having to be the face of your business.
Hmm.
You can always have a faceless YouTube channel. You can record audio teachings. You can like have a bunch of things available on demand and
Hmm.
grow in that way. And then do your public speaking locally so it doesn't feel quite
Right.
as dramatic as an international internet stage.
And that's where I'm moving. I mean, I'll tell you some of this later, but I have some meetings set up next week that I'm very excited about things about which I am very passionate, more collective kinds of things. And I think it's going to take a little while for it to get traction, like
Mhm.
to meet. And April seems like a really good time
Sure does.
for that to happen because there are multiple, like my voice can
Hmm.
be amplified some, but in a measured way where
Yeah.
it makes sense and all that.
Well, and I'll mention you have Mars visiting your 10th house also,
Yeah.
um, because that's Mars goes up there every 2 years, so that's not quite as big an event. But having
Mhm.
Mars and Saturn there simultaneously, that's a pretty big deal.
Mhm.
And for anybody listening, wherever
Right.
Aries is in your chart, during the months that we have both Mars and Saturn in Aries, you are going to
Mhm.
have both the structure to get shit done. Even though Saturn's not incredibly happy in Aries, he still specializes in building structure.
Mhm.
And then Mars, the energy to execute that
Mhm.
plan, to be able to enforce those boundaries, to be able to follow that blueprint. That it's a really nice balance of those malefics working
Mhm.
together.
Well, and yeah, and then Neptune being creative and maybe a bit
Very,
confusing, but maybe a little more creative. I mean, like different ways of thinking about things with also Mercury there.
yeah. That's a short one, but yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And that will be Mercury getting there after having been retrograde in Pisces.
Ooh,
We're going to be very interested in what we want to say with
Mercury's going to be like,
Mercury
come
and
on,
Aries. Let's go. Let's do
come
this.
on, come on.
Yeah, think so.
Exciting time.
I got to send you to a party. Don't you got to go?
Oh, yeah. Again, I don't know what you're talking about. This is how I look all the time. I'm like, what party? I'm so in the moment. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, I got to get to a party.
You got to get to a party. This was
Oh,
great.
Bonnie, what a great year.
We did it. I'm glad we did this one last little get together before the end of the year.
Mhm.
Thank you, folks here at YouTube, for joining us for this. And we'll see you at some point again, like we do.
Yep. We'll
Cool.
figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Mwah.
All right, love you.
Love you. Stop it. Stop it.